Our video had cut out. For enthusiasm, what did you give both of us for our
Okay, so for enthusiasm, Madison, I give you a 5 because you were able to show a lot of emotion in your speech, and that was one of your strong suits in the speech. That's great. And then Geo, I give you a 4 because there was a good amount of enthusiasm. I would just ask for a bit more and show like how emotional you can be with this culture that you're like the message that you want to show everybody.
Sure.
So yeah.
and volume?
Volume, I would say both of you guys get a solid 5 because I understood everything. Everything was clear for both of you guys. So I would say there's not much to change for that.
And then posture and eye contact.
I would say both of you guys get a solid 5 because both of you guys definitely did focus like on the camera. You guys saw your audience and you guys were able to deliver your message clearly. So I would definitely say your guys' posture and volume was good too.
Awesome. Okay, so now that we've done the grading and we presented our speech, now we're going to ask if or answer if we're going to be recording our final cultural narrative speech or if we're going to be presenting that live. So for me, I'm going to be recording my final cultural narrative speech. And Brandon, you?
I'm going to be recording it as well.
And then Gio?
I'll be recording as well.
Awesome. Okay. And so now that we've done that, now we're going to talk about the topics that we're interested in for the informative speech. So I think for my topics for the informative speech that I was interested in were waters living. And then I wanted to do had the effects of captivity on orcas, like the negative effects. And then I also wanted to do like how to set up the snake tank, how to feed a snake, as well as how to use a siphon to clean a fish tank. But I'm pretty set on is like waters living. I feel like I could find more research and stuff on that. Yeah. So feedback on my topics, likes, dislikes, curious to learn about.
I would say that I think your topic was definitely like very informative as well for this one, and it showed a lot about your culture and how you feel when it comes to anxiety. I would say
Confused.
it should be a bit more like
Wait,
more clear.
I thought we're talking about the
we're
topics, bro.
about the topics for our informative speech.
Oh, my bad. Okay.
Okay, so those are my topics for my informative speech. So basically, you're going to be giving feedback on like the likes and dislikes for those topics, as well as what you're curious to learn about on those topics.
I like the water is living because honestly I like a lot of mechanics with like how the world works and stuff like that. So I think that would be a pretty cool topic to be informed about. Or like even the orcas. I think those are pretty one of the strongest like sea animals. So it's like to learn more about that, that'd be pretty cool.
I would agree with that. I think the water is living is definitely something that's very fascinating to talk about. So I definitely like one of those. When it comes to disliking, I don't think there's anything that I dislike with those topics. I think all of them could work for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, cool. And then so who wants to say their next topics?
Let me get them out real quick. But for one of them, I was gonna talk about how California's loss of trees and deforestation is affecting our climate. And then the next one is gonna be about how lack of sleep can really affect us and why sleep is very beneficial for not only adolescents, but also for adults and children. And then, give me 1 second. Okay. The next one is going to be about what are the main areas when it comes to cleaning a dog? What are the main areas to clean up? And then I was going to talk about the major causes of obesity in America happen to be processed foods, the way advertisements advertise their foods, and how fast food chains are easily accessible rather than more stores with organic products. Those are the 4 topics.
So I think those are really good topics. I think that the obesity one is my personal favorite. I think that'll be pretty interesting to learn more about that and the effects on it.
Yeah.
I don't think I have any dislikes. Your topics all seem pretty good. I think just for the dog one, you should probably be a little careful, make sure it's not persuasive. Like, you don't want to say like this is the way to clean a dog and stuff. Maybe just focus on the basics if you do that one. Like,
Right. Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah. I think I would like the trees. What the trees?
Mhm.
California and the trees and climate change. I think I don't know. I think it's slept on. I feel like climate change is low key slept on in this era.
Yeah.
And no one really pays attention to it, to be honest, anymore. So it might be pretty cool. But all the topics were solid, yeah, for sure.
All right.
Yeah. And topics I would choose. Well, this is for the informative speaking, right? So I would choose how to, not how to, but the ways of soccer, kind of inform everybody of playing a left back defender in a competitive soccer game, or you know what I mean, just anything, any type of soccer in general. Or I would do the pros of CBD marijuana, and I would also think about doing the talk about how the import of cocaine is getting to USA. That's pretty much it.
I think those are great topics. I think that my favorite ones would be like the marijuana one because I do think that there's a lot of like negative stuff about it and not a lot of focus on the positive stuff for marijuana, like CBD and stuff. So I think that would be really interesting to learn about like the positives and like ways it could help people.
For sure.
Um, Curious about that. So yeah, I don't think there's any dislikes. I think those were all good topics.
I think I would agree with the marijuana thing because there's definitely a negative connotation about marijuana, but I've seen a lot of people use it and have benefited from it. So I think you could definitely use that and add a lot of detail to that topic.
Yeah.
The one I think maybe wouldn't do too well would be the soccer one, even though there could be good points, but I think you would need like a lot of good points about it. But yeah, the one about how cocaine is imported is definitely a good one because you can have a lot of detail about that, and it's informing people about like how drugs are being imported in here into America. So that's definitely good.
Yeah. What's next?
So that's it. That's all we have to do for this assignment. So after we submit this, you're gonna just leave a comment of all the group members that we had worked with and then how long we had been on Zoom. So I think we were on Zoom from 12 to 1:40.
All right.
Okay, sounds good.
All right.